Hello trainees, welcome. In this session, we will be learning about the visit to transmission and distribution substation. At the end of this session, you will be able to know the transmission network of India, describe the transmission and distribution substation, explain a single line diagram, list the electrical substation equipment, visit and trace the transmission and distribution line of substation, identify the equipment in sequential stages of distribution substation, and prepare the layout and draw the single line diagram of the transmission and distribution substation.
Let us get started by knowing the transmission network of India. The national grid is the high voltage electricity transmission network in mainland India, connecting power stations and major substations and ensuring that electricity generated anywhere in mainland India can be used to satisfy demand elsewhere. The national grid is owned and maintained by State-owned Power Grid Corporation of India and operated by State-owned Power System Operation Corporation. It is one of the largest operational synchronous grids in the world. Substations may be described by their voltage class, their applications within the power system, the method used to insulate most connections, and by the style and materials of the structures used. These categories are not disjointed. For example, to solve a particular problem, a transmission substation may include significant distribution functions. A transmission substation connects two or more transmission lines. The simplest case is where all transmission lines have the same voltage. In such cases, substation contains high voltage switches that allow lines to be connected or isolated for fault clearance or maintenance. A transmission station may have transformers to convert between two transmission voltages, voltage control or power factor correction devices such as capacitors, reactors, or static VAR compensators, and equipment such as phase shifting transformers to control power flow between two adjacent power systems. Transmission substations can range from simple to complex. Modern substations may be implemented using international standards such as IEC Standard 61850. A distribution substation transfers power from the transmission system to the distribution system of an area. It is uneconomical to directly connect electricity consumers to the main transmission network unless they use large amounts of power, so the distribution station reduces voltage to a level suitable for local distribution. The input for a distribution substation is typically at least two transmission or sub-transmission lines. In addition to transforming voltage, distribution substations also isolate faults in either the transmission or the distribution systems. The electrical distribution system is depicted by a graphic or pictorial representation known as a single line diagram (SLD), which is used to show the complete system or a portion of it. It is very much adaptable and all-inclusive because it can show even simple DC circuits or a complex three-phase system as well. When understanding a single line diagram, we should always start at the top where the highest voltage is and go down to the lowest voltage. This helps to keep the voltages and their paths straight. It is easily explained in 3 steps. Step 1. Starting at the top, see a transformer feeds power to the whole system. The transformer steps the voltage down from 35 kV to 15 kV. Once the voltage has been stepped down, a draw-out circuit breaker A1 is encountered, which is attached to a heavier horizontal line. This horizontal line represents an electrical bus, which is a means used to get electricity to other areas or circuits. Step 2. Look at two more draw-out circuit breakers, B1 and B2, attached to the bus and feed other circuits. Attached to the draw-out circuit breaker B1, a step-down transformer is used to take the voltage in that area of the system from 15 kV down to 5 kV. On the 5 kV side of this transformer, a disconnect switch is shown, which is used to connect or isolate the equipment below it from the transformer. The equipment attached to the lower side of the disconnect switch are two medium voltage motor starters. Now locate the second drawout circuit breaker B2 that is attached to a fuse disconnect switch and then connected to a step-down transformer. Notice that all the equipment below the transformer is now considered low voltage equipment because the voltage has been stepped down to a level of 600 volts or lower. The last piece of electrical equipment in the middle portion of the diagram is another circuit breaker B3. This time, however, the circuit breaker is a fixed low voltage circuit breaker as indicated by the symbol. Moving to the bottom area of the SLD, notice that the circuit breaker B3 in the middle is connected to the bus in the bottom portion. Step 3. To the bottom left and connected to the bus is another fixed circuit breaker. There is an automatic transfer switch symbol. Also notice that a circle symbol which represents an emergency generator is attached to the automatic transfer switch. A low voltage motor control circuit is attached to the automatic transfer switch through a low voltage bus. On the right side of the third area, there is another fixed circuit breaker connected to the bus. It is attached to a meter center as indicated by the symbol formed by three circles. Below the meter center is a load center or panel board that is feeding a number of smaller circuits. This could represent a load center in a building that feeds power to the lights, air conditioning, heat, and any other electrical equipment connected to the building. This table shows universally accepted electrical symbols to represent the different electrical components and their meaning within a circuit or system. These help in interpreting SLDs and understand the electrical symbols. The following are the major electrical substation equipment. Instrument transformers is a static device utilized for reduction of higher currents and voltages for safe and practical usage, which are measurable with traditional instruments such as digital multimeter, etc. Current transformer (CT) are generally used to measure currents of high magnitude. These transformers step down the current to be measured so that it can be measured with a normal range ammeter. Potential transformers (PT) are also known as voltage transformers, and they are basically step-down transformers with extremely accurate turns ratio. Conductors. A conductor is a material that has many valence electrons, permitting electrons to move through it easily. Generally, conductors have many valence shells of 1, 2, or 3 electrons. Most metals are conductors. Some common good conductors are copper, aluminium, zinc, lead, tin, eureka, nichrome, etc. Whereas silver and gold are very good conductors. Insulators. An insulator is a material that do not permit flow of electrons through it. Generally, insulators have full valence shells of 5, 6 or 7 electrons. Some common insulators are air, gas, rubber, plastic, paper, porcelain, PVC, fiber, mica, etc. Isolators. An isolator is a switch. These cannot be used for automatic tripping. Isolators are not meant for either closing or breaking the circuit on load or short circuit. Bus bars. The bus bar is among the most important elements of the substation and is a conductor which carries current to a point having numerous connections with it. Lightning arresters are the protecting equipment of substation from high voltages and are also limiting the amplitude and duration of the current's flow. Circuit breakers. A circuit breaker is a mechanical switching device capable of making, carrying and breaking the currents under normal condition and breaking the currents under abnormal conditions like a short circuit. Relays. A relay is a device which opens or closes an auxiliary circuit under predetermined conditions in the main circuit. Capacitor banks. The capacitor bank is defined as a set of numerous identical capacitors which are connected either in parallel or series inside an enclosure and are utilized for the correction of power factor as well as protection of circuitry of the substation. Batteries. Some of the important substation parts such as emergency lighting, relay system, and automated control circuitry are operated through batteries. Wave trapper is placed on the incoming lines for trapping of high-frequency waves. Distribution feeders transport power from the distribution substations to the end consumer's premises. The feeders run along streets overhead or underground in some cases and power the distribution transformers at or near the customer premises. Here is a schematic representation of the substation. Connecting the non-conductive metal body or parts of an electrical equipment and system to the earth through a low resistance conductor is called as earthing. Earthing of an electrical installation can be brought under two major categories: system earthing and equipment earthing. Let us know about the system earthing. Earthing associated with current carrying conductors is normally essential to the security of the system and is generally known as system earthing. System earthing is done at generating stations and substations. Equipment earthing is nothing but earthing of non-current carrying metalwork and conductor, which is essential for the safety of human life, animals, and property. Now that you are familiar with the transmission and distribution substation, we have few tasks for you to check your understanding. To do the task, be prepared with the following required items: drawing sheet, pencil, eraser, and scale. The instructor may take the trainees to the nearest transmission or distribution main substation and explain the name of the equipment, their specification and function. Also instruct the trainees to follow the safety regulation while visiting the substation. Your first task is to visit the transmission and distribution main substation, identify the sequential stages of transmission or distribution substations, trace and identify the various equipment like transformers, feeders, circuit breakers, isolator, CT and PT, etc. from the generator to the consumer points in sequence of transmission and distribution substation. Note down the earthing system. The major substation is provided with system earthing. Note the different values of earth resistance displayed in the earth pit. Note down which equipment or installation requires the least earth resistance value and irregular value. Identify the hollow conductors used for connection between feeders. Enter the details in the given table format. Your second task is to locate the places of equipment and draw the single line diagram of transmission and distribution substation which you have visited and get it checked with your instructor. These are the diagrams for your reference.
We have reached the end of this session on visit to transmission or distribution substation. By now, you should be able to know the transmission network of India, describe the transmission and distribution substation, explain a single line diagram, list the electrical substation equipment, visit and trace the transmission and distribution line of substitution, identify the equipment in sequential stages of distribution substation, and prepare the layout and draw the single line diagram of the transmission and distribution substation.